She's a performer, a businesswoman, an icon. We're, of course, talking about the showgirl herself, Taylor Swift!
At 33, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour is projected to outgross the GDP of over 50 countries. Behind the glitter and record-breaking ticket sales lies a brutally disciplined reality. Today, we dive into Taylor Swift's showgirl mindset, the hidden costs of the Eras Tour, and how her engagement might have redefined her work-life balance, revealing the one moment that nearly made her quit everything. The Eras Tour isn't a concert, it's a financial ecosystem. With over $2.2 billion in projected revenue, it eclipses the GDP of dozens of countries. Behind the scenes, the logistics rival a Fortune 500 company, 90 trucks, a crew of 200 plus, and custom-built mobile stages. Every city stop becomes a mini-economy, boosting local hotels, restaurants, and services. Taylor isn't just performing, she's temporarily altering municipal economies. It's more than music, it's urban planning, PR, and macroeconomics disguised as pop. Think Showgirl, and you might picture sequins and feather boas. Taylor, she's redefined the archetype. Her version blends endurance, image control, and deeply strategic reinvention. It's less cabaret, more chess match. The physical toll alone, dancing in heels, hitting pitch-perfect notes for hours, is matched by the mental agility required to shift personas across 10 full albums in one night. Her showgirl persona is a weaponized identity. Every movement choreographed, every pause perfectly loaded with fan anticipation. 3 hours on stage sounds intense until you factor in the prep. Vocal warm-ups start 4 hours before curtain. Physical conditioning kicks in long before sunrise. Costume fittings, lighting reviews, choreography revisions. Her actual workday often stretches to 13 hours. And the fans only see the most visible fraction. Her voice receives 6 hours of daily care, hydration cycles, vocal rest periods, low talking protocols. Her feet, taped up, bruised, ignored. Behind the sparkle is a schedule few Olympians could survive. Midway through the tour, whispers from crew members surfaced. Taylor was nearly sidelined by vocal strain. Her vocal cords were under siege from relentless back-to-back performances, with virtually no recovery days built in. Behind the scenes, emergency consultations with her longtime vocal coach, Eric Vetro, led to intense reconditioning protocols. As fans praised her flawless delivery, she was holding it together with steam tents, silence regimens, and vocal compression therapy. Silence offstage made the sound on stage possible. While she was selling out stadiums across continents, her relationship with NFL superstar Travis Kelce quietly escalated. Engagement rumors started flying just as she hit the most demanding leg of her tour. Balancing intimacy with international scrutiny isn't love, it's logistics. Every gesture, glance, or outfit became potential headlines. For someone known for turning life into lyrics, this time she held back. Her silence spoke louder than song. 2 world sports and music collided, and neither offered privacy. Taylor doesn't wing it, she trains for it. Her tour prep mirrors Olympic athletes more than other musicians. High-intensity interval training, strength circuits, monitored sleep cycles, and controlled nutrition are all built into the framework. Every gesture is rehearsed, but so is the emotional delivery. She runs full sets, in full costume, just to ensure stamina. Most musicians rehearse songs. She rehearses transformation. It's not about hitting notes, it's about managing energy like a pro-level competitor under stage lights. Each act of the Eras Tour represents a different identity, a different emotional ecosystem. From the vulnerable ballads of folklore to the electric vengeance of Reputation, she transitions not just songs but personas. What makes it extraordinary isn't nostalgia, it's navigation. She doesn't linger in any one version of herself for too long. The message is unspoken but unmistakable. You're allowed to evolve. She weaponizes time as narrative. Every transition is a choice, not a coincidence. Most artists lost control of their masters and shrugged. Taylor declared war. When her original recordings were sold without consent, she launched a re-recording campaign few believed would work. Now, Taylor's version tracks dominate charts, streaming platforms, and licensing deals. She's turned re-recording into a fan rallying cry and a financial juggernaut. Owning your past isn't always glamorous, but in her case, it's been lucrative. That $91 million, it's what she recouped in a single quarter after taking control. Somewhere on the international leg of the tour, backstage accounts surfaced she broke down, sobbing, clutching her knees between costume changes. The exhaustion wasn't just physical. It was emotional whiplash. Switching cities, personas, outfits, moods. One crew member said it was the first time they'd seen her drop the performance mask entirely. She reportedly told a friend, "I didn't know if I could keep going." Fans never saw it, but it happened. That's the cost of composure under pressure. What part of her journey resonates with you the most, the discipline, the reinvention, or the emotional stamina? Leave a comment and tag someone who needs to hear this kind of resilient story today. You never know who's on the edge of their own era. Before the first city was even locked in, Taylor's team confirmed an unusual prep item: emotional coaching. Rehearsals weren't just about lights and timing, they included therapist-led sessions to help her manage touring stress. For Taylor, performing means reliving. Lyrics aren't fiction, they're flashbacks. And night after night, she has to feel everything again on cue for thousands of strangers. Some pop stars get glam squads. She got trauma tools. She wasn't preparing to entertain, she was preparing to survive. The Eras tour didn't just explode on stage, it detonated online. Fans dissected every color change, outfit, and gesture for hidden meanings. Within weeks, hashtags like Swift Talk and Eras Theory trended globally. But what's wild is this wasn't engineered, it was empowered. She planted the seeds, but fans cultivated the narrative. Theories turned into viral marketing. Streetwear turned into Easter eggs. At this point, her audience doesn't consume her story, they co-author it. Every tour stop became a live-coded mystery game. Watch her closely on stage. There's no hierarchy. Her dancers don't just mirror her, they shape the atmosphere. Taylor reportedly knows every single performer's choreography, beats, cue lights, and entrances. She's been known to change her own timing if it helps spotlight someone else's moment. This isn't delegation, it's synchrony. Her team isn't background, they're extensions of her storytelling. The unspoken energy between them gives the show its pulse. The difference is subtle, but it's the secret to cohesion. Every outfit swap, every hair flip, every perfectly timed laugh or tear. None of it is spontaneous. Her wardrobe changes are scheduled down to the second. Her shoes are hand-measured for dance tension. Even her spontaneous crowd banter, practiced. What looks like magic is often repetition at scale. It's the oldest trick in entertainment: make the impossible seem accidental. She doesn't fake her feelings, but the structure around them, rigid. It's freedom inside a machine. For years, Swifties begged her to headline the Super Bowl. Brands whispered and the NFL all but threw confetti. She said no. Twice. Why? Because at that moment, she didn't own her music and she refused to perform her own songs for someone else's profit. Instead, she built her own stage, her own narrative, her own global moment. While others chased the biggest spotlight, she waited to hold her own lighting rig. It wasn't defiance. It was discipline. She didn't announce it. She didn't post it. She didn't even confirm it. And yet, everyone knew. When Taylor got engaged, she didn't make it a product launch. Instead of a cover story or PR rollout, she wore a ring quietly and let people notice. This wasn't a breakup anthem or a grand unveiling. It was soft power. By the time media outlets caught on, the story had moved on. She reframed intimacy as strategy. Still personal, just not public. Sources close to the team have hinted she's already deep into a new visual album, one inspired not by heartbreak, but by emotional security. Unlike her past records, which often mined personal pain, This next era reportedly explores something more grounded: commitment, clarity, and staying power. The shift isn't just lyrical, it's structural. Production teams have been working on cinematic integrations since mid-tour. She's not waiting for the curtain to fall. She's building the next act before this one ends. Through canceled appearances, industry betrayals, and public overexposure, Taylor's arc isn't one of resilience, it's one of reinvention. She didn't just bounce back. She rewrote the script entirely. Critics called her calculated. Fans called her fearless. But underneath both is something harder to replicate: longevity. In a culture addicted to 15-minute fame, she's engineered a decades-long narrative machine. Albums became eras, eras became movements, and movements became business empires. She didn't survive the system. She outgrew it. From physical collapse backstage to strategic silence in the press, Taylor Swift didn't just power through, she performed control. Her story isn't just about fame or love or records shattered. It's about design. The Eras Tour wasn't a comeback. It was a case study in longevity. Reinvention isn't just her brand, it's her system. Next time, we're lifting the curtain on Beyoncé's Renaissance Tour, and the real reason she made every dancer sign an NDA. Subscribe so you don't miss it.